As a supercar owner, I've had a lot of people ask me, will a supercar attract women? Yo, guys, I've had a McLaren 570S for about 2 years. I actually crashed this car. I plan on getting another one eventually, but I've had a McLaren 570S for about almost 2 years. Um, Even though I only drove it for like 5 or 6 months, to be honest, it was in the shop so much. But that's a story for a different video. I've had so many people ask me, yo, will a supercar attract women? Will a supercar attract women? That's the fantasy of most young men. Most young men think that they're gonna get the Ferrari, they're gonna get the Lamborghini, they're gonna get the McLaren, they're gonna get the Porsche, and as soon as they get that car, all of a sudden they're gonna be getting women back to back, messaging them, hitting them up, trying to go out. I got bad news for you. The supercar will attract women, but it will be the women that you probably don't want. I mean, at least the ones that I didn't want. I don't know about you. Using your car to attract women, I'm going to be honest, will set you up for failure in life. And it's one thing that a lot of guys don't understand or realize. The women that are materialistic, that know about the different car brands and that are into cars, are not the women you want. A lot of men will achieve the success that they were hoping to have all their life. And once they do that, they use that money to attract women. But the problem is that the women that you attract with that money will be the superficial, materialistic, gold digger women. And what happens most of the time is that after you get that woman, if you're unlucky enough to actually end up marrying her and having kids, you'll be the same guy that ends up complaining about how he got taken advantage of and how his quote unquote ex-wife took all of his assets. You'll be that guy, because the kind of women that are interested in material things, the ones that are out here doing the most, super duper financially ambitious, are the same women that will do whatever it takes to get that bag. And you, my friend, are an easy target. If you're the guy out here flexing the car, flexing the watch, flexing the car, flexing the clothing, flexing the sneakers, flexing all of your material assets, you're going to be an easy target. And these women, remember that the women that are super ambitious, the women that are super duper materialistic, they have experience finessing dudes. You're an easy lick, and this is what you don't realize. Because a lot of the times, since you spent so much energy, so much effort achieving greatness, you start to think that you're exceptional. And the truth is that you might be exceptional when you're in a group of men, but you're the tallest Mohican, my buddy. When you go out into the real world and you're in the water with the sharks, and these women, believe it or not, even if they seem cute and innocent and prissy, they're sharks. And they can smell you like blood in the water. You're an easy lick and you're going to get taken, you're going to get taken. The other thing is that these kind of material gains, the supercars, the watches, the good clothing, the fancy lifestyle, more than anything, it attracts other men. You're going to be driving your supercar around thinking you're going to get women. You're going to pull up to the gas station and you're going to get 3 middle-aged men coming up and telling you dad jokes. You want to trade? I like to kick the tires on that one. And after a while, that gets old, right? When I had my McLaren, guys, you would be surprised how many times I pulled up to a gas station or a restaurant or the mall or any other public setting, and I would have some middle-aged guy come up to me saying some crazy jokes to me and then handing me a business card, trying to get a quick lick as well. Oh, I actually own a landscaping company. Do you need landscaping? Oh, I actually do this. I actually do that. Oh, I'm an aspiring rapper. You have no idea how many times I heard the "I'm an aspiring rapper" line. I'm an aspiring rapper. Check out my SoundCloud. Like, dude, I'm not interested in your SoundCloud. But the problem is that when people see expression of wealth being displayed openly, they start to think, how can this person benefit me? And the problem with flexing The problem with flexing your wealth openly like that is that you are going to attract people that are self-interested, right? Besides attracting people that are self-interested, even the other people that own the cars that you own, right? Like you go out and you join a McLaren group, or you join a Ferrari group, or you join a Lamborghini group. Even those people are all self-interested. You know, you'll think that you have friends. You'll be like, oh, I'm meeting so many cool people. Oh man, they're inviting me out to eat. Oh man, they're inviting me out on vacations. Oh man, they're inviting me here. They're inviting me there. And you will think to yourself like, oh, these people are great people. They really want to be friends with me. But in reality, all of those people are angling themselves for their own benefit. They're trying to figure out, how much money does this guy have? How can he help me? What can I get out of him? And the moment you have nothing to offer, those people will disappear. Yo, my car, guys, my car was in the shop for months and months and months and months. And I noticed a trend. When I had the car and I was driving around, everybody would message me. I would have people calling me every single day talking about their goals and what they want to accomplish and yada, 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 their business plan. And, oh, let's go here, let's go there, let's do this, let's do that. Every single time the car was in the shop, nobody would contact me. Nobody would reach out. Nobody would ask me anything. It was like I was dead. Then I went and crashed the car. And since I crashed the car until now, I've literally only had a handful of the people that I know reach out and even ask me if I was good, what's going on, how are you? Most of the people were just fake people trying to figure out what they could get from me and how they were trying to calculate what I was worth. Oh, he has a $200,000 car. Maybe I can get something out of him. Oh, maybe he can invest in my business. Oh, maybe he can do this. Maybe he can do that. Oh, he's a YouTuber. Maybe he can give me a shout out and it will get me new business. Maybe he can get me more followers. That's all the people that were surrounding me cared about, right? So you can't depend on your car to get social status because it's fickle. The other thing is that you cannot make your car your whole personality, right? When I had my supercar, I ran into so many people that their car was their personality. Having a nice car was their personality. It was all they did, all they talked about. They never had any other interests. They didn't have any other hobbies. All of their quote unquote friends were all in the supercar community. Supercars were their whole life. Their whole life. And these people, if you tried to talk about something other than cars, they would pivot the conversation away or they would get annoyed. Why? Because they were very shallow, superficial people. And I've noticed something. I moved from the suburbs into the city, and we live in an area where there's a lot of wealthy people and there's a lot of supercars. And since I moved here, I've seen so many cars that I never saw at the supercar shows. And I started to realize that there's a lot of people that have supercars that don't go to the car shows because the car is not their personality. The car is just something they happened to buy because they thought it was cool or they liked how it looked. To them, that supercar is like a Toyota Corolla. They don't care. The people that go to the car shows every Saturday, every Sunday to sit in a parking lot and flex on each other and talk are the people that are either trying to scam or the people that are trying to find an angle in order to come up, and they're faking it until they make it. There's really not any super duper wealthy people going to those car shows unless it's a person that has a personality flaw and they like to feel better than other people and they get a kick out of going there and pulling up in their $2 million car when everybody else has $200,000 cars. So they can be that guy. But most of the people are not there to actually make friends in real life. They're not there to actually be genuine with the people that are at those gatherings. They're there simply because they're trying to find an angle in order to come up. They're trying to come up. You know, the craziest thing is I have met a few people that really did have real money. And what I've noticed is those people, they would go to the shows for like maybe, I'm going to say out of the whole time I knew them, maybe once or twice. And then they stopped going. They got bored because they had other things. They were making real money. They had real businesses. They had real goals. Look, one of my buddies, I don't want to say his name. I'll just leave it to his first name, Mike. Mike, super duper rich. Unfortunately, the money wasn't his. It was also from his parents, but it doesn't matter. Super rich. Homie went to the car shows for like maybe, I'm going to say 3 months and then never went again. And we were hanging out with this guy, and I bring him up not because the fact that he didn't go to the car shows. I bring it up because he made being rich, being wealthy his whole personality, right? There was a day where one of my buddies invited us to his house because Mike had just been broken up with, right? And he's like, oh, I'm going to present this guy to some girls. So we go to my buddy's house and there are two girls there. And we're trying to set this up for Mike. And Mike is fumbling the bag because Mike is just trying to flex the entire time. Oh, this watch costs $50,000. Oh, that's my Porsche, but I actually have a Ferrari and I actually have a Lamborghini as well. Oh, this, that. I was watching him like he was an insect. I was like, this guy, he's fumbling the bag. This girl, looking at the girl, I could obviously tell that she didn't care at all about what car he had or what watch he was wearing or any of that stuff. She thought that shit was corny. Now, don't get me wrong. A girl can look at a car and say, oh, that car looks cool. That car's probably expensive. You know, they're not stupid, but they're not. The good girls are not trying to find a guy that has a Lamborghini. And if you're a douchebag and you happen to have a Lamborghini, the good girls are not going to stick with you just because you have a Lamborghini. Only the bad ones will do that. The bad ones are like, oh, this guy could be 1,000 pounds. He could be disgusting. He could be an asshole, but he has a Ferrari and lives in a mansion. I'm game. And the problem, like I was saying before, is a lot of the times when the guys really did work hard to get the money and the wealth, they start to think that they're exceptional. And they begin to delude themselves into thinking, oh, this girl is here for me. This girl's here for me. And everybody around you can see that she's not there for you. And the craziest thing is that a lot of the times people warn these people like, oh, guys, this girl is using you, bro. And they'll get defensive and they'll be like, ah, no, she's not using me. She's different, blah, 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 blah. And it's like the whole time the girl's out here buying Birkin bags, buying Louis Vuitton sneakers with your credit card. And you're thinking that she's there for you. Okay, buddy. Okay. So to make this video short, to land the plane, because I know I'm kind of waffling a little bit here, supercars are not going to get you the girl you want. They're just not. They're not going to get you the girl you want. They're going to get you the classic stereotypical gold digger trophy wife type of female. And I assure you that you're not going to want that kind of girl in the long run. Don't get me wrong. You can have some fun, recreational use. But if you're trying to take things serious, you're going to get screwed over. You're going to get destroyed in the financial marketplace with that girl. So listen to my words. Listen to my advice. Don't go out getting a supercar because you want to impress other people and you want to get the quote unquote girl. If you're going to get a supercar, do it because you genuinely just like cars. You genuinely just want to have fun. And don't get me wrong, I love flexing too, but I like flexing for a different reason. Don't flex to attract people. That's the bottom line. Because the people that you attract are just not going to be the kind of people you want to be around. Anyways, I just wanted to get that off my chest. Subscribe, turn on notifications. I stream every single day, 6:30 p.m. And I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out.